Hey, True Believers England team here. Had fun, by the way, reading the Batmans and figured, what the heck, let's go. Thank you very much for joining me for the comments. It's always nice to have somebody to rip off with. Ladies and gentlemen, don't know. Okay, all right.
Yeah, this is definitely a riffable book.
Dude, I've been hearing how bad this is, and it's kind of horrible. Here, let me share this out because one, I love the characters, and two, in all honesty, dude, I'm kind of shocked because, well, Bill Willingham is one of my favorite writers, so I think we'll have fun tearing into this. But what the hell?
Oh, aren't you the funny one?
Aren't I the clever one? Gee.
Although it's very interesting you actually bring this up. Did you see the tweet that Venkman posted in the Twitter chat this afternoon?
I didn't. What did he do?
Willingham basically came out here. Let me read it specifically here. Willingham said, in answer to far too many requests, I'm tempted to explain the delays and issues of Fables The Black Forest since DC refuses to do so.
Ooh, yes, I have read that one.
Yeah. Short version, I handed in every script more than 2 years ago, and for multiple reasons, haven't worked with DC for DC since.
That is a video all of its own. Are you ready to get into some fire and ice, or do you want me to actually put that DCU bullshit back up and we'll do the one that you actually thought we were going to do?
We can do either. I have not read this yet. I'm kind of waiting to pick up the issue here. I've got it hopefully in an upcoming shipment here from DCBS. But if you want to do this, I'm
because totally obviously I did this as a joke, but because in all honesty I couldn't. But I do have this piece of shit standing by just in case.
Yeah. Well,
so
I mean,
we could.
By far the best thing is the Terry Dodson cover. Unfortunately,
of this book right here. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's nothing though. I mean, they're trying to sell it as Americana. They're in Smallville. Okay, fine, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, it's your typical Terry Dodson cover, which is good.
Now, who's the actual artist then?
So the full artist on this is Natasha Bustos. She's done other stuff, although I think you've probably also seen her stuff in Archie. I mean, when you see the first page, you'll understand why I say she's more suited to an Archie book.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting this. All right, let's scroll down. Let's get into this. Shiite. All right, we open Smallville. We see fire crying next to a burning building. Ice comes down, blames it on her just by asking, "What have you done, B?" And Fire says, "Not now, Tora, please. Not now. How about not ever again? If you want to ruin your life with this reckless behavior, fine, but you're not dragging me down with you. I get it. Everything is my fault." Did she start the fire or not? I guess that's the big mystery, right? They tried to imitate Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, but they aren't able to do it because they lack everything that made it good. Well, unfortunately, and I'm assuming from all I've heard, and I haven't heard much, that at some point in time, I guess this is drawn by people who follow the woke, and they're just not funny.
Oh yeah, no,
they have no, yeah.
Yeah, no, she's on what I like to call the spectrum.
Now, are you talking about the spectrum of actually being like autistic, or are you just talking about being woke as
the gender spectrum?
Right.
Okay. So, and I can tell you though, I mean, that the author has said in interviews that, she apparently loves the, Justice League International era.
Well, let's see. I just took a drink of water and it hit that wrong spot. God damn it.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, because I know you're a lot more familiar with that era than I am. So I'm really curious on your opinion to see, does she come anywhere within the target.
All right. So we see Ice. She
that.
says, "You're unbelievable." She goes, "Yeah, I'm not going to hear the end of this from you or Superman." And we get, I guess, the splash page. I hate these freaking things. This is the writer trying to be clever when all they are. It's like they learn the wrong things from Josh Whedon. Okay, let's see what they have to say. Script by Joanna Starr. Natasha Bustos is the art. Tamara Bondvillain is on the colors. All right. You haven't heard of me? Well, that's embarrassing for you. I used to be a model, obviously, but when I gained super... First of all, right out. You're insulting the freaking reader. What if this is a new person that's picking this book up? By the way, the art on Fire is horrible. I used to be a model, obviously. No, not obviously. You're drawn horribly. You look like a freaking Moulin Rouge whore with green hair, which just tells us that you're a member of Antifa. I failed my true calling, international fame. Oh, and the ability to help people. Justice League didn't always see my full potential, but Ice has been by my side through everything. Let's blame other people again. It's time for the world to see what we're truly capable of. I'm done being underestimated. Wow, fucking wow. Really? This is what you're doing with the characters? Am I the only one that right away sees a problem with this?
Oh, yeah. She's writing a version of Fire that I don't recognize.
No, me neither. And yes, I did read very religiously. I read the Justice League International and the Justice League of America and all that stuff.
And it's very much of the classic YA trope of the two friends that are like polar opposites, the ones the big out out and about, firebrand and take no prisoners, and usually is rather butch. And then you have the more timid, female one who hasn't come out of her shell yet.
And Ice says, "Oh no one really wants to hear about me, do they? I grew up the princess of a magical Norwegian tribe, became a superhero, and then actually died for a bit." No, you didn't. I'm tired. I'm actually tired of that trope. Nobody dies for a minute. Something happened to you. Okay, fine. You weren't dead. I'm not buying into it anymore. But I really do cringe. My eyes roll whenever, oh, I died for a week. Okay. All right. I'm over the trope of death in comics, seriously. But it's all given me perspective on what's really important in life. So I'm grateful to have this second chance. Each day is a gift, and I get to share it with my best friend, whom I just berated. Oh, boy. Yeah, you're right. You know what the problem is here? There's no real shading. Like, there's no real depth to any of the art. They do shadows, sure, but there's no shading on anything. Like, everything is at high noon and 3 and 6 at the same time.
It's high level web comics art,
yes.
or as I say, it's suited to an Archie book, or again, a kid's title.
Okay, so they're driving
this like in Mayor Good Boy.
They're driving in a car. Fire says, "Wait, this is it? Elron, you were supposed to get us new headquarters. We're supposed to be staying on the Kent farm," Ice says. And Elron says, deepest apologies, my ladies. This beautiful emporium was the only rental available in Smallville. Now, why do they get Elron? Anyway, they walk in. They're admiring the apartment. Blah blah blah. I think I could use this. Could be a good for us. A new home and a fresh start.
Yeah.
We might.
Can you back up to the top when they're at the apartment? I wanted to look at something, or a little bit further back up to the beginning there. Let's see. The only rental available. Okay. This is one of the things that, again, when something's bad, it really becomes a lot easier to pick it apart and especially pull at the threads. So right there, it says this is the only rental place we could find, right? Yeah. So they're not buying this place. It's the rental available. But then when you get towards the end of this issue of the book,
we're not there yet.
Well, I know, but
okay.
Let's see if you pick it up.
Okay. Let's see. She says that she thinks it could be good, and we not be so bad that this salon thing. Okay, so they're gonna do hair on the bottom floor and live on the top. I didn't bust my ass all these years. Yada yada.
Yeah. Sorry, before you finish this page, I will say there was one positive thing I did like about the art in this sequence. If you go back up, I did like the kind of the swinging, the swinging with the chair. You don't see that kind of two-way motion too often anymore in comics, to give you that feeling of, she's spinning around on the chair.
People respect us, I says, do they? Superman banished us like we were naughty kids being sent to our room. That's not true, I says. He was offering us an opportunity for a change of pace and perspective. He welcomed us into his home. We were supposed to be saving people. You decided to pummel the Guy Gardner instead people could have got hurt. Superman just wanted us to use this time to reflect. Okay, the Saw on the Power Girl special, which we read and sucked. I haven't read it out loud. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we just got a rental. Are you sure it's going to be okay for us? But I know you're... okay, we just got this rental. That's the only one that had office space and a living quarters. I think this is going to be good for us, B, especially since we're banished because Superman wanted us out. Boom, done. You don't need an entire page for that. That is just a couple of panels.
No, right, but I will say positively here, the fact that we actually got editor's notes.
Okay,
it is a rarity.
Are they still sitting around the house talking? Your royalty, Tora and Fierce Warrior. We have literally been to hell and back together. Are you telling me you want to give up everything we've worked for, everything we've to wash here in Kansas? Yeah. Okay.
So there's one other thing to understand too, is this is in continuity. This is fully in current DC continuity.
Let's see. I read all 88 numbers in my childhood. I grew up of it. They don't understand what made it special. The League treated her good even when she just breathed a little fire, talking about treating fire good. I think Archie turned down the artist. When does this take place? Elron should be in Despero's body. And no shades, everything is pastel. Yeah, it's a boring looking comic in all honesty.
Well, and Jim, we just saw from the editor's notes, this takes place some point after the Power Girl special. So,
all right, so an old lady comes in offering pie. I heard you had rented this place, small town, Smallville. I take it you won't be staying on the farm then. Is that all right? I guess this is Ma Kent. Okay.
Yes, that's Martha.
There, it just says you have a. Okay, she says Martha. Can't say I wasn't looking forward to having you some feminine energy around the house. We appreciate the offer, but your son and I have different ideas about what a fresh start looks like. Good for you. With the League gone, the world needs heroes, Martha says to him, but I'm not sure how many threats we're going to see in Smallville now that no one knows Clark's super identity anymore. Well, at least knowing his identity brought threats.
Yeah, so something happened in Action Comics 1050, obviously, that I guess, wiped away most people.
Somebody got smart and made it the way it should be.
Yeah, so it's funny too. I mean, again, this is if you want to call it the feminist version or the modern way. But, in the old days, it would be perfectly fine. And you would hear, the joke, oh, it'd be great to have some girls around, because that makes sense. Because Martha,
my mom says the same thing. She loves hanging out with Gail because, she's got 3 sons. So she loves hanging out with Gail. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So we're just stuck here in the town that time forgot with no crime to fight and nothing to do. And she's offered pie and she takes the pie. Good God, this is boring.
Yeah. And of course, understand that Elron will be played for nothing but comic relief here.
There's comic relief?
Well, the attempt. I mean, there was that Hi, My Princess. That's their version of humor. But don't worry, you'll see more of this.
Okay,
this is clever humor.
This is why I have said many times women should not write women. Because they write them
Hartman.
Bitchy. They write them incredibly bitchy, unlikable. All we know about Fire is that's her dialogue, since the very beginning. Fire's dialogue has been this, and I sum up. Men suck. That's been it.
Well, basically the personality that we've gotten in these first 3 pages is that of a stuck-up, pretentious, arrogant model. The whole thing of when Beatrice used to be, an undercover agent for the Brazilian government, or certainly the agent, and work that she did on Justice League Task Force, which was, a mini kind of a series that I enjoyed, back in the day. All of that kind of seriousness seems to be out the window.
Well, Martha points out their differences, saying that she was a wild city girl. Didn't need to know that about her. And John was the quiet.
Could we get trouble too?
Right. You balance each other out. Hold on. Are they saying, hold on, you balance each other out, hold on each other up, but that only works if you both straight up stand upright and you understand. You girls, yeah, they're lesbians by issue 6. You girls will be fine. Come on, let's get some lunch. I'll show you around town. Blah, 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 yada, yada. Okay. This reminds me of that comedy issue of What If. There's a panel. It was like, what if all of the superheroes lived in Toledo, Ohio?
Yeah.
And they're all sitting around the house, and Spider-Man asking Cap, so what do you want to do? Oh, I don't know. What do you want to do? And that's it. That's what this reminds me of.
Yeah.
Because they walk out, and I guess this panel right here is to, okay, they knocked into each other. Sorry, no, it's good. It's good. Wait, you're one of the owners of the Tease. Tora, this is Tamarin. She worked here before it closed down. Excellent stylist. I brought my lookbook, my CV. Okay, she's looking for a job. That damn cat tried to eat Miss Hill before her neighbor found her. Is that the humor? Practical ran the place before Miss Hill kicked the bucket. She tried to leave it to her cat, but the cat tried to eat her.
Yep. So in other words, they're basically renting out the space from somebody who died.
Who was also almost eaten by a cat. Oh, wow. I don't really know if we're hiring right now. And the girl says, so you already have a stylist, a nail tech, a makeup artist? No, I can do all that, and I can start today. She says, then I guess you're hired. Wow, that's good, because you really went over your finances. You made sure everything was kosher. That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess they're suddenly running a salon, even though they were just looking for a place to stay.
Yeah, well, they mentioned that they were going to do hair during it. Trouble 2, Martha's Wild Years. Let's see. Remember when JLI made fun of comic book industry tropes, like imagining making fun of pretentious history comics? And yeah, this is just boring.
Yeah, well, and before we go on, so Tora, one of the things that Tora says is, oh, she's just looking for an opportunity to have a little bit of a quiet life and, just kind of chill out. But all they do is draw her in her uniform. So if she doesn't want to stand out, just why don't you put her in regular clothes that she's
it's like Gilligan's Island. She's got to wear the same outfit. So we see the Tam, I guess, singing and dancing around the shop. Mm-hmm. B steps in. Who are you? Why are you singing Eminem? Is that okay? Who are you and what is Eminem? Sure. Okay, let's go there. You know what? Okay, she's young. I don't have any bread or M&Ms. Can I offer you some apple pie, says Elron. Whoa, get your ass back, you Dyson-faced devil. So no pie. Okay, the humor. There you go. Did ICE hire you? Fire asks, why is your vacuum trying to feed me? He's a robot. This girl's retarded. And I'm not talking about the kind of retarded that starts a YouTube channel showing his friends kicking him in the balls. Yeah. I'm talking about she may actually be clinically retarded.
Did it get mentioned earlier? So she's she claims she's this awesome superstar stylist, and oh, by the way, she's 19.
So anywho, he's a robot, a fawning sycophant, obsequious. Thank you, obsequious robot from space. And the girl says, "Yeah, that makes sense. I swear, if I didn't need this money, okay." There is okay. The characterization also is 0. All right, so Martha's out with ICE once again, as you pointed out, in her uniform. You've been quiet as a church mouse. Penny for your thoughts. She slides the penny over. It's just being here, seeing you. You have Jonathan, Clark, a family, love. And so they're, damn, punch somebody at this point.
Yeah.
So she says,
again, there's Tora saying, you know, I don't know. I've never had a chance to experience a normal life. Okay.
Well, yeah, do now.
Why are you still in your superhero costume?
Right. Yeah. I want a normal life. So let me, let me wear my superhero costume. Is that my tip? It's better than the last three.
Now we get the modern day flow.
Yeah. I don't see, I actually don't see the Kents being poor tippers. I really don't.
That's not the tip from Ma Kent. That's what was left on the table.
Oh, okay. I see.
Because they've sat down and just had coffee. Although, again, so normally, like in a diner, you go and seat yourself. So somebody had to come by and say, "Hey, how are you doing? What can I get you?" and poured him a cup of coffee. And now the waitress is coming by with coffee to introduce herself. Okay.
You'll get the hang of it. You didn't spill anything on me today. Well, that's a past tense kind of thing. Well, aren't you the one who got stuck with the tease? Heard that place got bought up. God, this is so fucking dull.
Yeah. Well, mate, you skipped over her name.
Okay. Raquel Rhodes, worst damn waitress Smallville has ever seen. You can call me Rocky. Dun, 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 dun.
Rocky Rhodes. Rocky Rhodes.
I miss that. That's the humor, kids. Rocky's being modest. She's great at a lot of things. She just overextends. I like
another classic female, empowerment trope. Oh, right. She's so great at everything.
Girl, you are blowing up. What is happening? I've been tagged on Wayne Book. Wayne Book? Pixtagram, My Place. Really? You're going to do a MySpace joke? And that was old 10 years ago. Lord, who still uses My Place? Oh, God, why? I'd rather read the Bill Willingham. We see Fire saying evil beware. The Justice League may be gone, but justice never sleeps. I'm right here, ready and waiting. With years of experience, I'm prepared to take on any challenge, be it alien, robot, mutant, talking ape, psychic, starfish, living marionette, ancient wizard, disembodied spirit, or sentient egg. We just see her punching around. Then, of course, she's yelling at God, why is there always freaking cell phones on everything? I mean, I get it. Social media is a thing, but really?
This is who they are. This is how they think they're trying to connect with their niche of a niche of a niche of a niche audience.
Make sure to get her to fill a W2. They are running the best girls in DC. Remember when Fire on her timeout was a bikini model and made fun of Amazon's being too stoic? Yeah, no kidding. So if you're thinking evil thoughts, Fire's ready to take you down. And also Ice. Do the dance I taught you. And then they're doing that thing. Okay. So she's very old-fashioned.
Yeah.
All right.
But as you're going through this, it's obvious. This should have just been a webcomic. I know
really
DC, I think DC has a bunch of webcomics up on, I think, Webtoons or something. They don't have their same little like portal like Marvel does with their Marvel's
webcomics are so fucking horrible.
They're god awful.
They're awful.
They're horrific. And this is exactly where this book belongs to. And chances are, if it was on that platform, it might actually hit I assume the audience that they're trying to go for.
This is bad. The Hostess Fruit Pie ads had more action and less food in them, says Dave. That may be line of the day right there. The truest thing you're gonna hear. If you went to church tonight, you came here and you heard Dave Asanowitz saying the Hostess Fruit Pie ads had more action and less food than this.
So Dave, you're not getting a big delight with every page.
Okay, so they're in the big tease. There's a boom, boom, boom. The hairstylist is saying, did you hear something? You hear more? Yes, it worked. It's happening. Ice is flying down. What on earth? And we see King Shark. Tiny green woman, you challenge King Shark. I will grind your bones. All right. So many teeth I have, 2 rows of teeth, and you only have to have one One set of puny teeth. You are no match for me, tiny woman. Let us fight. Ha ha, let us. This is all you can eat with your dumb small teeth.
So it's so funny with this dialogue. It actually starts out good, and then just the way that it just fades and just dies at the ending is amazing.
You know what it reminds me of?
Well,
Ghostbusters.
I saw it as her lame attempt at trying to do James Gunn's King Shark from Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it reminds me of Ghostbusters. You remember Ghostbusters 2016?
Unfortunately, yes.
Where they told a joke, and then they kept telling the joke, and then they kept telling the joke, and they wouldn't shut the up. Like maybe the first thing they said might have gone, but they kept going and they kept going with it.
And they would just keep tagging it, and it never got funny. It got worse and worse and worse. And then of course they would throw in some scatological humor, and then we were all supposed to laugh.
So Chrononaut saying, and by the way, hey Chrononaut, what's up? Don't worry, they get demonetized on LexTube. And the girl who doesn't know anything is going, shark, big talking shark. Fire flies towards him, punch him in the nose. Maybe next time don't use hashtag Smallville Fire. Put him down, let me fight him. Serious, let a girl live, Soups, my buttocks, release my buttocks. Okay, that's kind of funny. I like that one because he's giving him a wedgie. All right.
Yeah.
How could you do this? What were you thinking? We just need to build some credibility. Yada, yada. God, okay. He had to save us again. He had to save them again. And that undermines everything we've ever worked towards. They really decided that Fire was going to be a dumbass.
Oh, she is a biatch of the highest caliber.
I saw what you did there. Somehow nothing's happened in 20 pages this cartoon. Seriously. I've had your back through everything. When you beat this snot out of Guy, endangering innocent people in the process. When you disrespected Superman while he was offering help, he disrespected me. That's she's flat out Antifa because they won't take it. They won't take responsibility either. Let's see. I meant no disrespect. I'm only here to help. We, again, didn't ask for it. Respectfully, you needed it. Did we? Or are all you big, strong men just blah, 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 blah. Enough. You invited in. God damn. I says, maybe it's time to accept that it's over. I know it is for me. What? And we see the two of them walk away from each other, or at least Fire walks away from her. But I signed a 12-month lease, so I'll be upstairs.
Okay, so once again, even though we keep hearing, okay, this was the best rental that we could find. Oh wait, somebody bought that place finally, but now I've signed a 12-month lease, so I'll be upstairs. Okay, so they've rented it because you only sign a lease if you are renting something. So again, keep that in mind when we get towards the end. If you
okay,
if we can make it.
So the black girl says, "Wild, that's going to get me like 1 million views." You were filming that? Superman giving the talking shark an atomic wedgie? Yeah, no shit. That's something worth filming. No, me and Tora fighting. Why would I film a couple of Karens? Okay, first I'm from Brazil. Still, you're whiny little bitch is what it is.
And I'm sorry, but they might have been arguing, but neither of those were Karen behavior. So again, that was just another stupid reference.
Well, she's been acting like that. She's been acting like that since the very beginning. We were in the Justice League, Fire and Ice. We fought Darkseid. I am literally on fire in front of you. So do you want me to tag you in this? Or wait, you're like 12, 19.
There we go.
What social... Yeah, again, and she's a master.
Superstar stylist, do everything, well, who's 19.
I can understand a little hyperbole, you know, like, oh, she's been around the neighborhood. She's a great babysitter. She's done everything. She's a really smart kid. And now she wants to be a hairdresser and she's worked hard. So I can see a little bit of hyperbole in that. I'm going to give that at least. What social media do you use? There's no way Superdad is following that. And it's the next day. I take it from the rooster. We see the black girl leaning back. So Fire thought you two were going to stop all these bad guys on your own, apparently. Man, she must think y'all are something else. Most of them aren't even threats. King of Cats, just a pet hoarder. But B wants to so bad to prove herself. The black girl says, hey, I know. What's her name again, so I don't have to call her Black Girl?
Just call her Tam, or it's Tamarin or something.
Tam? Okay.
Yeah.
So Tam says, hey, I know her. This is Gina Lombardi. She used to host that cooking show. See, why are we worked up about someone like that? And we got Elron coming in. Lombardi was born with the ability to turn any object into salt. After a middling career as a TV chef, she began operating as the villain known as Lot's wife. Oh, dear Lord. I guess that's kind of clever.
So we get a biblical reference that, based on the audience that they're trying to go for, probably 2% of their audience would get that.
Maybe, because this is definitely for the blue hairs that tell DC how they want the books to be, but they never actually buy them. That's the audience for this book.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe Fire was onto something. We see I say, Elron, I really don't think we need any more pie. It's not for you. It's for our guests. And we see Martha with a whole bunch of her book club friends. After yesterday's events, I took it upon myself to arrange a grand opening. I was the one who co-signed the lease. Fire's credit is abysmal. But the robots is fine. And we see them all sitting around eating pie. What are we looking at? Some lady says, ooh, can you give me a look? And it says Alias can control the release of serotonin, dopamine, and others, leading to suggestibility in a mild form of mind control. What's that got to do with anything?
Well, okay, so what was it? I guess Fire put up these, bios of all these villains.
Oh, I see. That's what this was. Okay. Okay.
But because they're up on the wall of the salon, this woman, thought, oh, hey, can you give me that hairstyle?
Right.
So it's like,
actually, that's not a bad idea. So, okay.
Yeah.
So I says, thank you. Will you be joining us? I doubt it. I shall retrieve her. She's be joining us. If she wanted to, she'd be here. Excuse me just a moment. And the black girl, Tam goes up to get her. Well, since he asked, I threw down a challenge to the entire world, claiming I could beat anyone, but was humiliated by a grown man in red panties. Then I was abandoned by my best friend, maybe the only true friend I've ever known, and now I'm stuck here because I sunk all my savings into this relic. And what's so important, regaining my dignity. And she slams the door in her face.
Stop. So now I'm stuck here because I sunk all of my savings into this relic. So did they rent this place or did they buy it?
There you go. Yeah, it's the big question mark. God, when does this book end?
Over the freaking place.
Come on, B, get it together. You know what you have to do. Yeah, want to make a quick buck. I just need to kick your ass a little and film it. And then we've got, don't bring Ambush Bug into this. I love Ambush Bug. Don't do this. No.
I was waiting for this part too.
No. No.
Careful, you're gonna squish twiddles if you look.
I love Ambush Bug, man. Oh my gosh. Then that's the way the book ends. Fucking sucks, man. And they're gonna bring Ambush Bug into it. You know they don't know how to. They can't write comedy. You just saw it. My prediction for issue number 2, and we are going to be reading that, is this will be as bad as a Deadpool cosplayer. The humor in it is going to be that effing bad. Oh, that book sucked. Let me tell you something. Oh, go ahead.
It's the same level that I've seen in several other of these DC YA graphic novels that I've looked at, or, as I said, any kind of the webtoon comics. It's at that level. It's not good. And I mean, maybe there's an audience for it. I mean, definitely know the book's not for me. I'll just laugh at it. I mean, there might be, but I mean, I can't imagine anybody who truly enjoyed and understood what they were doing with the Justice League International, the blah ha ha, should be offended by how bad the characters of Fire and Ice are.
The worst thing about this book, and I'm going to say it's, I was going to do this anyway, and I saw this morning that Wes was talking about this book. I didn't watch it because I knew I was going to do a reading of it. And then I saw Richard did a reading of this book. So everybody really is just going off on this book.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with this book is there's nothing happening. You can't freaking riff on that. Did you go watch the Batman books that we have read so far? And I do want to continue this. I'm just wondering what book might be tomorrow or Thursday, because I am enjoying reading these. Obviously taking a break on Saturday. But go watch those and you'll see you can grab onto something and talk about it. Get mad about it. Get upset. Get, okay, that's funny maybe. Laugh at the fact that they wrote the characters out of place. This is damn near, it's like they wrote Fire and Ice's Grandpa Simpson, but forgot to be clever. They're rambling, and they're rambling on about nothing. As a matter of fact, if you really go through it again, and I recommend you don't, the first half of the book is reiterating the first half of the book. Every scene with Ice is talking about how she wants a normal life. Every scene with Fire is talking about how she wants to continue the superheroism. All of it. It never moves forward. It never changes. The only thing that changes is the setting where they're having that same conversation. But it is literally page after page of the same words, just mixed up into a different sentence. This is not just a bad comic book. This is not just bad dialogue. It is not. I mean, this is the literal embodiment of what you have just said was rambling and incoherent. Everyone here is now dumber for having heard it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. I know I misquoted, but that is what this book is, straight up. Nothing in your incoherent ramblings contain anything that came close to a correct answer. That is what this book that is what this book is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it is the writing of somebody who actively started writing 5 years ago.
So bad.
But she also looks like she's at least 40 years old or something. So
take Gabby Rivera. Now, me and Eric definitely hold Gabby Rivera on a pedestal for bad comic book writers. But the way she writes a bad comic is fun. It's entertaining. It's something you go, holy shit, this is bad. I can't wait for the next issue because I want more stuff like this. You know, if somebody says, hey, we're going to put on a bad movie film festival, we're going to do Kathy Bates, all of her movies, but not Misery, then you're not going to show up. But if people say, hey, we're going to do a bad movie festival, and they bring like Them, and they bring the Creature with Two Heads, Rocky Horror Picture Show, you're going to show up because you know it's at least entertainingly bad. This was not. No, Bug, no Ambush. Why don't you ruin them too? Says Cartoons. Well, Martha's lost about 30 pounds. Here's a friend late to the party. What's up?
Hey there, Uncle Team. Hey, okay, how you all doing?
Hey, good.
I want to take a nap now because I read the most boring piece of shit.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Elijah the Ara Man, what's up, guy? How you doing?
Hey, Elijah, it's been a while.
That was awful. No wonder manga is dominating face blues. No kidding. I would do manga, but I'd be afraid I'd get shut down again. Let's see. Compare the current state of comic book industry to web comics is perfect, says Elijah. Cartoons is saying that's not fire or ice. They are not the two girls who work, but if the boys do, they prefer and use their feminine side to get what they want. You know what? I really do think that we should have stuck with Frank Frazetta and Bill Willingham. Just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be the next one. I'm still trying to figure out Elron and Pie. The JLA he cooked as well as Bender from Future.
Well, the pie came from Martha. So in the I think like page 4 or page 5, Martha comes by to visit.
Yeah, she brings the pie.
She brings an apple pie, and so then it's the rest of the book is Elron trying to serve people pieces of that seemingly infinite pie. So
right, yes,
so here you go. I've got to read this because so this is from an article on AIPT talking about she's got a new book coming out from Humanoids in March of 2024. But this is the one paragraph write up, and I think this explains everything. So Joanne Starr writes comic books, comic strips, and sometimes even giant comic walls for the Smithsonian Museum. She spreads her unique brand of comedy with a conscience across a wide spectrum of themes, including pro wrestling, the Holocaust, abortion, and modern romance. Prior to becoming a writer, Joanne owned and operated a women's wrestling promotion in Pennsylvania.
Abortion.
I know, just those great humorous topics of the Holocaust and abortion.
She's a comedy writer. Next stop, the Holocaust.
Oh my God.
You know what Jews hate most about the Holocaust? The cost. That is one of the only things I ever laughed at with Sarah Silverman. She told that joke at Mel Brooks's roast. That was pretty funny. Something happened. They ate food. What's up, Dominic?
Well, I was going to say Sarah Silverman used to be funny until she jumped on the political correctness bandwagon.
Yeah, not so good anymore. Okay, let's see how this is going to go. Was it vegetarian food? If not, well, the costs get it. Yeah. They're trying to ruin the JLI too. It's the last thing I need. One more piece of my childhood. No. I cater to the... I know this will sound weird, but I actually follow the Stephen King outlook on this. He was interviewed once about the movies made from his books, and he goes, and the question was, do you like how they ruin your books, or do you hate how they ruin your books? He says, my books aren't ruined, and he points to a shelf with all his books on it. He goes, they're right there. And that's how I figure it. Look, they can write bad JLI, but there is good JLI. That's not ruined. That still is beautiful and as great as it ever was. I say the same thing about all the, they ruined Star Wars. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. George Lucas may have, but modern Star Wars, no, they didn't. Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi are just fine. And yes, you can find the good versions online. I've got copies of it.
Well, not just them, but also the Ron trilogy, starting with the Heir to the Empire, the Dijon Bond War. I mean, all that, like they haven't been ruined. We can go back to the original expanded universe of Star Wars and still enjoy them. We just actively ignore Disney Star Wars.
That's all you have to do. And do you know what I find? It's really easy. It's really easy to ignore all the bad stuff so you can enjoy your good stuff.
Yeah. So hey, England team, if you want to have a little bit more fun, I just put in the private chat a link to a CBR interview in June, which was Joanne Starr and Leah Williams talking about both the Power Girl special and Fire and Ice. And having read Fire and Ice, I think you're going to really enjoy it.
I'll do it as another video because tonight at 10:30 we have the Marvel role-playing game. So I would just have to make sure that we're okay for them to do their thing, which I guess would mean we have to start out here, doing the, yeah, guys, stick around on the channel here. Maranya, Dalton, RDV, and a whole bunch of others, they get together and they play the Marvel game. Go on ahead, check it out. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. Also, if you feel inclined at some point in time, tell Maranya and she'll let you join, because they've got up to 10 spots. And if you're into the RPG thing, there you go. I like doing this. I've been having fun reading these books. I don't necessarily have to read the crap, but the crap is more fun to go after, unless it's like this. This was a different kind of crap. This is boring as ball sweat. It really just is not all that good. Sorry. Oh, we're having pie. Really, B? Why do you have to be a bitch? Bitch, Superman disrespected us. Oh, let's have pie. Okay, well, we're going to the diner to have pie because you're being such a bitch. Oh, am I now? Gee, all I want to do is be my own person. Let me call King Shark. I mean, that's the whole story right there. It's so freaking boring. But that being said, once again, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Don't forget to do the clickings, the liking, share, please. Trying to get this this channel going in the right direction as far as subs are concerned. I want to hit that 20. I never hit the 20 before I was shadow banned. And you know, it's like, oh, 18, only 2,000 more to go. That would, it should have been 3 months easy. And then got shadow banned. So please share out these videos and help us reach that. You know, maybe I should buy like a book or something, a giveaway, something really cool, and make it a giveaway. If you comment, help share when this channel hits 20, somebody gets it or something like that. That might actually be pretty cool. An idea for a video series that could be written today, like JLI or Superman Man of Tomorrow. Getting a good joke in is much more important to me than a big fight scene, and hopefully that joke, you know, I know that's you. You're making a good point. If you read the old JLI, there were some times where there were no fight scenes, but it was an awesome comic.
No, that's a quote from Joanne in the CBR.
Oh.
That as I said, that's her philosophy. Is she feels getting a good joke in is much more important than a big fight scene, and
yet she did neither.
Followed by making you feel something. Did you feel something as you read that book?
Frustration, boredom.
Wow.
I felt bad for the audience, in all honesty. I really did. I felt bad for Jay. I felt bad for Ed, Chrononaut, Cartoons, and everybody, because I was boring myself reading the dialogue. I was looking for something to grab onto. There was nothing. It was dull as fuck. So anywho, once again, guys, hang out and give Maranya some love for her show. And as always, thank you to LK for the comments and for Dominic for showing up. Yeah, there you go. And as always,
well, it's a pleasure.
and Cartoon Comics saying, I felt anger.
Yeah.
Grr. I felt hungry, says Dave. The pie eating might be a metaphor, says Chrononaut. Oh, they'll be lesbians by issue 6. Always, guys, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night.
Night, everybody.
See you all later.
Enjoy.